Hello, good morning, Srishti.
Good morning, sir.
So, how you feeling?
Sir, good?
Good. Okay. So excited for the interview.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I would like to comfortable you. It is not any kind of some IPS interview, etc. I would be asking some questions related to your personality and related to the things which goes on around you. I would be interested knowing about your friends, family, your education, and basic questions related to you. Okay, are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
So should we start?
Yes, sir.
There is a glass of water adjacent to you. If you feel uncomfortable at any time, you can have it. And the most preferable language is to be used here is English. But if in case you stuck in between, so you can switch to Hindi and as soon as possible get back to English.
Yes, sir.
Am I clear with my instructions?
Yes,
So
sir.
should we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Srishti, first of all, tell me something about yourself.
Sir, myself Shrishti Nishad. I am from Kanpur and I have completed my graduation from botany and zoology, and currently I am preparing for my competitive exams.
So, what kind of competitive exams you are preparing?
So basically, I am giving papers of FCAT, CDS, and DD.
Okay. So, what is DDE?
So it is DDA, Delhi Development Authority. So I have filled the paper of Assistant Section Officer.
Okay. In Intelligence Bureau.
No, sir, in Development Authority.
Okay. So, Delhi Development Authority, you have filled the form. What is the minimum eligibility to become Assistant Section Officer into the DDA?
So it requires graduation
Mhm.
from any field with a minimum qualification of 50% marks.
Okay, so you prepare your government services examinations. So
Yes.
that is why you cleared your CDS or FCAT examination and came here. So you are inclined towards forces, or you are that kind of person who fills every form and get and want a job
No,
to
sir,
get in.
basically not. I am inclined towards my forces. That's what the reason I have always applied different sources of entering air for defense forces. And DD is a second option because the parents also want that somewhere I should settle down. So I am just preparing for the exam. Once I will get the job, then I will prepare for something else.
Okay, so it is very good thing that you are preparing for the other government services as well, along with the forces. So, okay, Srishti, you were telling about yourself. You told me that you are preparing for government services examination, and what else?
So basically, I used to study and help my parents and do household works with the mother, and that's what my schedule is.
Okay,
And
so I
I
didn't
used
ask you
to
about your schedule, but I was asking that tell me something about yourself. That how you, where you live, from which school you have passed your matriculation or plus two, from which college you have passed, which stream you have taken. So extracurricular activities you have participated, sports, etc. Why do you want to join forces? These kind of things must be there in an introduction. But let it be. I will be starting from some series of questions, and the very first question I would like to ask you about your education from grade 10 to till today. What were the subjects which were favorite to you, and what were the subjects which were not able to influence you as much? I would also be interested knowing your favorite teacher and the reason behind it, and the teacher who was not able to influence you much and the reason behind it. I would like to ask some extracurricular activities you have participated in school and college level as well. I would like to interested knowing the competitive examinations you have filled in after graduation and after plus two, and what were their results, and what you have learned from the past three failures of yours. Please start.
Sir, I have completed my 10th and 12th from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 2 Chakeri, Kanpur. And my percentage in 10th class was 9.6 CGPA, and in 12th it was 87.8% with the subjects of physics, chemistry, bio, Hindi and English. And my graduation I have pursued from Swami Vivekanand College, Shuklaganj, Unnao, and I have scored
So
76
you have
point.
completed your 10th and 12th from KV2,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? And you went for graduation to Unnao. Where is Unnao?
Sir, it's very near from my house. It's around 15, 14 kilometers from my house.
I have been posted in Kanpur for 2 years, and I have heard about some good colleges in Kanpur, and those colleges are in inside the city. So, what is your college name from which you have completed your graduation?
Swami Vivekanand College, Unnao.
Okay. So, what was the reason that you have diverted towards Unnao, as you have completed your 10th and 12th from the Nagar or the main city? So, what was the reason which led you to complete your graduation from the college which is not as much famous?
So the reason was not very specific, because we have our one house in the Unnao itself.
Mhm.
So it was just very near from my house, and I don't have to visit very frequently. There, the foundation of attendance was not there, because
Okay.
at that time I was preparing for the NEET.
Okay.
So I cannot afford to go to the college on daily basis. So I used to lapse some days
Okay,
in
good.
that case.
So that is what I was expecting from you, that you have filled that form to get just graduation
Yes, sir.
degree. Okay. So you were not interested doing graduation,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? So what you have done in your graduation?
Sir, I have completed my graduation for botany and zoology,
Okay.
and my percentages were 76.66%. And my favorite
What is
subject.
the reason behind your degradation of percentage? You scored 9.6 CGPA in grade in matriculation or grade 10. You have scored 87% in grade 12, and now you have fallen on 76.6% in your graduation. So don't you think that your graph is going towards x-axis?
Yes, sir. So the reason was intent. I was just preparing from my on my edge. I was not preparing with any of the teachers or something. I was self preparation student, so I have scored that score in the 9.6 CGPA in 10th. But in 12th class, I have joined Akash Institute for the medical classes. It's in together in second floor, and so my diversion was in two fields, so it becomes quite difficult for me to cope in both the fields. That's what my percentage got affected. Although my all the subjects were above 90%, they were all 90 to 94% something. But my only subject which took me to the downgrade was physics, because
Okay.
I couldn't perform there well.
Okay. So, don't you think that when you get some guidance from any coaching or some good teacher, etc., so it will boost your performance, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you are giving reason that you have joined Akash Institute and any other coaching academy for your NEET preparation examination, and that is why your percentage got degraded. So if I am not wrong, so the course which comes in NEET or some competitive examination at 12th level, so the course will come of whole 12th, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So don't you think that it is not favorable towards your reason?
So basic thing is, in the competitive exam we have to fight for the numerical purpose, or the for the basically MCQ purposes. We used to go for the questions. So their approach is very different from the board approach. Board requires our theoretical knowledge. They requires us that we should write the answer, we should prove the theorems, we should do numericals in full detail. So that took me in a back point at that case.
Okay, okay. So that means you have forgotten the how to write long answers, etc. So you were able to cope up with the course and you were good at the things, but you were not able to express it in the form of long things, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, quite enough. You were telling me about yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, my favorite subjects were botany and zoology, and that's what I have taken it in my graduation. and the subject which do not make me interested was physics. That's what my 12th score was affected, and uh, because
So what you have done to improve your physics? How much marks you scored in physics?
sir, I have scored 69 marks in physics.
Okay, okay. So what you have done to improve it?
So basically, I'm just focusing on the concepts of it, and trying to excel in the numerical section. But it sometimes some chapters are very good for me. I am good at in those chapters, but some chapters are quite boring for me. That's what I don't find interest.
Okay, okay, okay. Let it be. But there are some responsibility of us, no, and to improve in which we are not able to perform well. So that
So
is why.
that's what I have improved. And this last attempt in 2023, NEET 23, I have scored even better marks in physics.
Okay, okay, quite enough. Yes, you were telling me something.
So physics, I don't like physics, and the teachers which influenced me the most was uh, Miss Ria Agarwal. She was my zoology teacher
Mm.
in the college itself, and she told me, she teaches in a very well way with so many examples, with so many practicals, that took my interest in that field.
Mhm.
And that's what the reason I have started loving it, and I have scored good marks in zoology. And because of her only, I have started taking interest in the biology, and that was the reason I have scored the highest marks in botany in my second semester in the whole college. That was around, I have scored in 50 out of 50 marks in all the written tests.
Okay, quite enough. But you have told me that you least visit your college.
Sir, I used to visit because the corona time was there, so 1 year college was all
So
not
how
there.
how you met Riya Agrawal over there and how she becomes your favorite teacher if you visit your college frequently or once in a week or a couple of times
Sir, in
in.
the first year I don't visit a lot. I used to go thrice a week because I have to maintain my attendance too.
So
And in the
Unnao is
second
how
year,
many kilometers from Kanpur?
sir, it's actually my college is at the border of the of the Unnao and Kanpur. So it's only 13 kilometers from my house.
Where do you live?
Sir, I live at Harjinder Nagar, Kanpur.
If I am not wrong,
Hmm.
uh, Christchurch College or PPN College must be lesser distant from this now college, isn't
Sir,
it?
PPN and Christchurch College are around 12 kilometers from my house. So it's basically 2 to 3 kilometers just up and down.
So you must prefer some kind of college, no? You were supposed to prefer some good college, etc. Once you were telling me that you have taken that college so that you can focus over your studies, and now the same college, same good colleges are at the same distances, around same distances from your home. And what were the reasons that you have not able to took admission in those colleges? And your favorite teacher, Miss Riya Agarwal, teaches in now. So don't you think you could get better guidance at these colleges?
Sir, I can, but my college is also very good.
Okay.
So all its facilities are very good. The staff is good, and the practical
Okay.
labs are also good.
Quite enough.
So
Quite enough, Srishti. So you were answering my series of questions.
yes, sir. So my hobbies are painting, calligraphy, novel reading, skating, and wall arts, and I used to cook. So these are my favorite things which I used to do, and these refreshes my mind. And when I used to get bored of my daily routine, and when I used to when I want to get refreshment, then I definitely used to do all these things. And even I find on Sundays I find time and I used to do all these things. And that's the reason which always keeps me refreshed. And so the other co-curricular activities in which I have taken parts are sir silver zone olympiads, science olympiads, and extempores or debates in Hindi English both. I have taken part in National Youth Parliament. Sir, all these I have performed in my school activities, and others I have basically these debates and extempore I have um, continued till my college times. And my other
Can you speak for 2 minutes on any topic?
yes sir.
Okay. So start speaking over importance of parents in any life in early age. Importance of grandparents in early age.
So grandparents are the soul of the family. They were the only persons of the family who used to give their experience to the grandchildren. Grandchildren even love to spend time with them. uh, Nowadays in this economic world, both the parents are out for the earning purposes, then the childrens have no one to share their feelings nowadays. That's what the crime rates have
Okay,
increased.
quite
But
enough, Sisti. Yes, you were answering series of questions which were asked to you.
so my other co-scholastic areas and the responsibilities which I have taken are I have organized farewells, I have anchored on 15 August, 26 January, and I have been been the class representative in my college days. And I was also at the post of vice captain and house captain. I was the president of Readers Club, and I was a warrant officer at the NCC also, and was a part of a national camp EBSB.
Okay, quite enough. So switch to the next answer.
Sir, in sports area, I was I have not done a lot, but I have only done skating, 100-meter running, and 200 meters. And that too,
So
I have continued till my
how you
graduation.
prepare for your 100 meter and 200 meters? As I can able to see that you have got second and third prize in inter-school competitions in your 100 and 200 meters. So how you prepare your physique to perform good in these kind of sprints? What all you have done to improve?
So basically, the best point I have got is just behind my house is the Narendra ground.
Can you tell me two core differences between long running and sprints?
Sir, in the Narendra ground is a Air Force ground in which we are allowed to go, and there the tracks are made of 100-meter, 200-meter, depending on the
Srishti,
exercise
I've
also.
asked you that, leave that question. I have asked you that, tell me two core differences in sprints or in long running.
So sprints are basically in which we have to show our speed. That requires our that word. So that how
How
teasy.
quick
So
you are.
exactly, sir. That how we can run. But in the long run, we require stamina. The more time, the more distance we can cover. That is.
So don't you think that this is a bookish answer? I want a practical answer. That if a person is a sprinter or if a person is a long runner, so he must be aware the core differences between these two. Okay, let it be. Yes, you are answering after sports.
Sir,
Okay, so don't you think that you have missed some answers?
yes, sir.
Can I help you to remind you some questions which you are not able to answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have asked you about the government examinations you have participated after plus two and graduation, and what were the result, and what you have learned from your past three failures. These two questions were there. I have asked you about your extracurricular activities and level of participation, but you didn't tell me the level of participation.
Sir, all the levels were of inter college and inter school,
Mhm.
and only that skating was of aqua level,
Mhm.
and youth parliament was of this regional level,
Mhm.
and my this Olympiad silver zone Olympiad
How
was of
many
state.
levels are there that you have told me regional level?
Yes, sir.
Youth parliament was at regional level. So what levels are there which are degraded from regional and upgraded from regional?
So basically, the school levels used to be degraded ones, and the upper ones are national level.
Don't you think divisional level is also there? Regional, then divisional level, then state, and then comes to national.
So we
Okay.
were already in the state one.
Okay, quite enough. So, yes, your answer the rest questions.
Sir, I have given my exams after 12th were NEET,
Mm-hmm.
and that I have given twice.
Okay,
And my scores were in my first attempt it was 307, and in my second attempt it was 509.
okay.
And I have appeared for MNS
So
exam
you have given these two examination in 2020.
in 2019 and 2020.
Okay. So these 2 years you have prepared your NEET.
Yes.
Yes, quite enough.
Then I have appeared for my MNS exam, and but I couldn't qualify that exam,
Okay.
and that I have given in 2022.
So why you didn't fill the form of MNS after plus two?
So because I was not very aware of it, and my aim was also in the field of just medical and joining AFMC. So I
Okay.
was only seeing only one thing, that was AFMC. That's
Okay.
what I have rejected my college, which even I was getting in 2020.
Okay. So your life's primary ambition was to become a doctor,
Doctor, but in Air Force.
doctor in Air
Because my
Force.
ambition was to join the forces, but my father's was to join to be a doctor. So I have merged both the occupations. So
Okay.
I have found it a way to.
Quite enough, Srishti. It is very good thing that you merge things very well. But if in case your father wants you to be an IPS officer and you wants to be an surgeon, a surgeon, so what will you do at that time?
Sir, it's quite easy, because surgeon is something which we can become after 12th. So basically after 12th I must have pursued my MBBS.
But your father is pressuring you to prepare for UPSC and go to the old Rajendra Nagar.
So that's I'm telling. First I will prepare for my MBBS. Once I will be a doctor, then I will go to the old Rajendra Nagar, and after pursuing my
Now
MBBS I
he
will do
wants
that.
you to send you after plus two. You have completed your plus two and he wants you to take admission in Drishti IS.
Sir,
And
I
you want to
will.
become a doctor, but he wants that as you have merged beautifully that you wanted to join forces and your father wanted to you to be a doctor, so you merged very beautifully. It is your good quality. But if in case your father wants you to be a bureaucrat and you wants to become a doctor, but he wants that his expectation must be preferred. So what will you do at that time?
Sir, firstly, I will sit with him and tell him that I have interest in this field, and obviously he is my father, then he will understand it very well. And
Okay, he is not
sir,
understanding. Suppose if in case he is not understanding, so what midway you can find to fulfill both the things?
then I will say him one thing that okay, you want me to be an IPS officer, then I will qualify the exam, but I will not join
But
there.
don't you think that he wants to send you old Rajendra Nagar after your plus two, and the very first attempt you got for UPSC after graduation? So what will you do for 3 years? So you can find a midway. You say your plan. Say yes, I will go. You prepare for your UPSC in slight manner, in small manners, and you focus over your NEET examinations much higher with respect to the UPSC preparation. And you, in I must say, in only 1 year or couple of years, you will find a way to become a doctor, isn't it? And
Sir,
you surprise
I
your parents that okay, I will be joining as an doctor, but I promise you to come to clear the very first attempt of UPLC as well. And you, after getting the college, you prepare hard, you work hard, and you appear in UPSC examination and clear it. So it can be a midway.
I'm sorry to say, sir, but it's quite complicated in that case because NEET is already a very hectic
So
exam. It
what will you do
requires
at that
an
time?
efforts of around 16 hours a day.
Mhm.
And UPSC 2 is a exam which requires 18-19 hours a day.
No, no, it requires only 8 hours a day. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. 8 hours sleep, 8 hours study, 8 hours whatever you want to do in your life.
Sir, but
It
as
is
much
the,
I have heard from the people, the ones who are preparing and the
no, no,
old Rajendra
no,
Nagar's
no. I heard
study.
this from Honorable Mr. Vikas Devikirti sir,
Okay.
who made officers, who made IAS, IPS. So I heard it from him. So I don't think that it must be crossed.
So definitely it can't be crossed, but it depends upon student to student's mindset.
Okay.
As my mindset is towards the science side, so it
Okay.
becomes
So
difficult for me to cope with
so
the
that
art
means
subject.
you get panic when pressure comes to you.
No, sir. Sir, it is the thing that I have least interest in these art side subject, or you could say humanities subjects. So I have even left after 10th. So it will become difficult for me to just make the foundation of it. So I must require a hard
But
work.
your father wants you to become an IPS. Your father is not able to understand your heart that you want to become a doctor. He wants that you will become an IPS officer. So what will you do at that time?
So definitely I will ask him that.
With the help of mother, you can convince him.
No, sir. I don't need my mother to convince my father.
Okay,
I just don't take anyone's help to convince anyone. I used
okay.
to go on my side.
But he is not able to
Sir, I will
influence.
let him meet my teachers. They will just tell him that how good I am in my biology section. So my reports are already saying that I was the biology subject topper from my school in 12th. I have 96% in that exam, which is quite difficult.
So you can promise your father that first allow me to do MBBS, and
Yes.
then I'll promise that I'll definitely get the commission.
Sir, I will ask my father to just give me. So basically, after UPSC exam for the first attempt, we can give after this graduation. So I will ask him that I have 3 years. So give me 1 year. I'll prepare for my NEET. If I will get the very good college, then I will join. If I am getting some average college or something, then I will go to old Rajendra Nagar and prepare for my UPSC.
Why
That
old
for the
Rajendra Nagar only?
Sir, you have
You,
to. Sir, you only told that your father wants that.
you can prepare from Karol Bagh itself, because There are a lot of famous coachings are in Karol Bagh.
So basically, I'm not interested in UPSC area, so I don't have very thorough knowledge about that. So I just know the coachings of NEET and all these exams, but not that.
Okay, count me 5 coachings which are there in Delhi. 5 famous coachings of NEET apart from Akash and Ellen and physics
Akash.
wala.
Sir, Resonance,
Okay.
um, Career Institute.
Career Institute.
Yes, sir.
I heard this coaching is of some law etc. things.
No, sir, it is also of
Okay.
NEET.
Quite
Sir,
enough.
it's around this LN and all.
Okay. Quite enough.
And sir, these two only I know because they are not so famous. So basically, I have completed my preparation from Akash and Ellen only.
Okay. Quite enough. So
Sir,
you
an academy. There is an academy on
Yes,
the online
yes.
platform. That is too good.
Okay, yes, quite enough. So, you were answering the series of questions which I've asked you.
Yes, sir. Sir, exams which I have appeared after graduation are only this FCAT. I have appeared for FCAT twice. Once I have cleared and went for the SSB at Gandhinagar. And in my second attempt, I couldn't appear for the exam. The reason was my exam was on 28th August in Kanpur, and my SSB reporting was on 29 August in Gandhinagar. So it becomes difficult for me to give the paper. So I have attempted.
Why you have selected that complicated date which contradicts your future along with your one attempt? You must be aware, na? So let it be. Okay. So all questions have been answered.
No, sir. I was answering my questions.
Yes.
And I have appeared CTS exam, but once, but I couldn't clear that. And now I am preparing for this DDA exam, which I have filled, and I'm going to appear for that. That's what I have.
Okay. After +2, any other competitive examination you have appeared?
No, sir. That MNS it's only
Okay,
exam.
quite enough. So, what was the result of MNS? I heard that MNS examination is quite easier with respect to if I compare this examination with NEET.
Yes, sir. Definitely, it is easier. And my score was 108, but that year the cutoff was 112, so I missed my exam with just 4 marks. Uh, Sir, it is easier, but it that 50 marks only.
Okay, quite enough,
Biology and all.
quite enough. Is there anything left, or we should go forward?
Sir, I guess I have answered all my questions you have asked.
Okay, but there is one question you were not able to answer, and I have asked that what you have learned from your past 3 failures.
Yes. So, my first.
What were your
failure.
past 3 failures?
So, my NEET attempt in 2023, the recent failure, and my FCAT failure, which was of 2023,